You're watching the greatest television show in history, other than The Apprentice, Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV.
Hey, welcome back. It's a terrific Tuesday on Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm John Tobacco. We're coming to you today as we do every single day from our little downtown Liquid Lunch outpost. We're in the Question Tequila Studios, and we're rolling through, we're breezing through hour two of a terrific Tuesday. We're talking about all kinds of things. We always bring on the guests that know where the rubber meets the road. We try to let our audience know what's happening and try to highlight things that are important. On the national security front, we talk about it all the time. Kids are being radicalized every single day. Extremists have all these tactics and ways of using the web to get into your home, into your kid's computer, and start talking about crazy things. And joining us today to tell you what these guys are doing to stop that, and what maybe you can even do is Mitch Silber, Jesse Morton join us today. Jesse was a former propagandist for Al-Qaeda, so he knows all the tactics that Al-Qaeda uses through the web and the dark web to help and start spreading the word of radicalism. And Mitch Silber was the former NYPD head of intelligence. So he knows all the things that the cops have to do. And God bless you. My father was NYPD. And you guys are quite the odd couple, you might say. But we need people to start to unify where it comes to the things of most importance, like our kids and our future of the world. How did you guys come together? Propagandist from Al-Qaeda and NYPD terrorist intelligence guy. How does that happen?
Well, the truth of the story is that we investigated Jesse for 5 years at NYPD and ultimately had him put in prison. So that's how we came together. Okay.
All right. Well, that's a start. I guess they caught you.
They did.
So, and then, you know, how do you wind up radicalized to the point where you're actually spreading propaganda for Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda?
I mean, by all accounts, they should have been an all-American boy, a Caucasian kid, you know, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, essentially. However, I think that basically what jihadists offer and what far right-wing extremists offer is a sense of meaning, purpose, and significance where there otherwise would be none, right? And so in the context of 9/11 and the build-up to the you're either with us or you're with the terrorists paradigm, I felt like American society betrayed me, so to say. I was very heavily influenced before I was a jihadist by the far left. And had a sort of anti-imperialist attitude that transitioned very well into Osama bin Laden's ideology.
So you got dragged in as an American, and then before you know it, you're around the world helping shape the message for terrorists who want to destroy America.
Largely in the English language and largely right here from New York City. A lot of times English language propaganda is perceived to be a Al-Qaeda or ISIS export to the West. And in fact, in more ways than one, it is an export from the English-speaking world into the Middle East.
So you guys get a beat on him and say, this guy's speaking in English to English people, and then they're taking this stuff and they're repurposing it in Islamic and around the world. What happens?
Well, there are at least 15 terrorism plots and arrests linked to people who are directly linked to Jesse and his group, Revolution Muslim. Not only in the U.S., in the U.K., things going on in Yemen. So Jesse had a worldwide influence on people who wanted to follow the Al-Qaeda message. And although Jesse played it very well in the U.S., you know, knowing where the line was for the First Amendment and not crossing it, other people took what he said and they wanted to act on it.
So once they took that, just to put it in plain speak for our viewers at home who need to know about this stuff, they took his words that were right up to the line of First Amendment here, where you couldn't arrest them.
Yep.
And then once they got out into the web and in international waters, per se, they could spin that to the next level that would be illegal here.
Yes, I'm here at home. One guy who made a bomb in the kitchen of his mom who wanted to bring this bomb into the subway. Another guy who wanted to fly a drone into the Pentagon. A group in the UK wanted to attack London Stock Exchange Christmas time. So people took these ideas and literally they ran with them.
Jesse, what was your, when you left being an American person, what was your Al-Qaeda name?
Yunus Abdullah Muhammad.
Yunus Abdullah Muhammad.
Yes,
oh, wow. So they gave you a woman's name, Yunus?
Essentially.
Is that what they do to the Americans that join? They give them...
Jonah.
Jonah.
From the Bible.
All right.
Yeah.
So now the important thing is this. You've come back to us. Thank you. God bless you. And now you guys are teaming up because you know how they spread that propaganda out there across the world. And then you guys are using the most modern technologies to get out there, even into the dark web, and see where US IP addresses are acting or are checking on this material. And then you guys do an amazing feat of trying to make sure those IP addresses are also sent information that's counter-programming to that. Is that right?
Essentially, that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse was involved with the first English language pro-Al-Qaeda magazine. And what he's done now is he re-engineered it. And he created a magazine that looks like it, tastes like it, smells like it, except for one thing. The message is the exact opposite. So you put that out there on the web, people see it, and then they want to interact. And Jesse's on the other side, able to talk with them and hopefully talk them off the edge, if you will.
So this isn't just like mass blanketed stuff. You try to actually connect with these people that you think are the hot button cases, and you one-on-one talk to them.
It does happen, yeah. And the other objective is also to provide a counter message that they can stumble into and that can cause confusion or fragmentation of the network. So we find ourselves in private message refuting or deconstructing their arguments and then sharing that deconstruction inside their own platforms to show that the people they consider leaders are not exactly the knowledgeable people.
So the Al-Qaeda preferred platforms around the world, you actually go in there and throw the counterpoint into the chat rooms. And then do they block you? Like, do they deplatform you like Twitter does? Or?
They do, but we have people embedded in their networks that are able to identify where they pop back up, and then we use alternative phone numbers to reset the account and to go back in.
Well, it's at this point, I don't know what your religion is, but you're doing God's work in trying to fend off some of these kids who may be getting radicalized by the stuff that affected you, and you've been doing it your whole life. So it is. You guys should make a movie, maybe. You know what I mean? You hunted them. You hunted them. Yeah. You caught them. You imprisoned them. You changed it around, and now you guys are working together.
Catch me if you can. Yeah. Terrorism style.
In real life. Well, you can catch me after this break. These guys are doing tremendous work to help our country and keep us safe. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back after this with Professor of Economics from the City University of New York, Rob Cherry, right after this.